Randy, but I couldn't think of the deal. Anyhow, had some pretty good comments, pretty good questions on this, so what I'd like to do is let him get with you and see if we can get some of these answers. I had one or two myself, but
I'm glad you did this, Alan, because on the Missouri rule quote, what was supplied to us before, I wasn't real sure on a couple things.
Is that gonna help?
Oh, yeah.
You know, that's the thing, is you take this right here, and it's a lot easier when you put it in a line like that.
Yeah,
For me, it is.
I see now that you've itemized all the building values.
Mhm.
They weren't itemized on this, of course, it just gives us a lump sum,
Right.
so. I'm glad-
And actually, some of the building values were higher, and we had them, I think, if I understand it correctly, that 5% or 4% increase each year kind of gets to be a nag, if nothing else, because, you know, they increased the values of those. But actually, on some of the properties, we were higher on the quote, less premium, but higher on the quote Missouri Rural Services. We just had them matching and put them just item to item. And so that's what you got here.
I know your MOPERM quote, it was a lot less coverage, the building values were a lot
Mhm.
less, so
Mhm.
I guess you didn't want to really include that tonight, probably, but.
We really, I think the premium on the MOPERM versus these two was higher, and this is a better option for you all. MOPERM, as you would well know, that is accessible, which scares us in the sense that it never has, but should it happen, we're gonna be sitting here and y'all having to pitch in more money for other losses or other places, and accessible companies make me a little nervous.
One thing I like about MOPERM, the one thing that I do like is they have on their EPLI and the DNO, they have, instead of claims made, they have the
Occurrence basis.
occurrence basis. That's what I like about MOPERM, but anyway.
I don't think MOPERM has no workman's comp either.
No,
No, you have to get it on the outside. One of the struggles that we have on the work comp is there's a moratorium on, just presently with Missouri Employers Mutual. We may eventually look to bring them in as a competitor. They're a very good competitor, but they've got a court case going on right now that just said we're not doing firemen anymore. It was smoke related, cancer, he passed, and the wife's come back because of that, saying that the smoke and things he was around as a firefighter was what causes them to be at the courtroom and trying to fight to not have to pay big dollars, so.
the deductibles on the Missouri Rural is better than the EMC deductibles on a few vehicles.
On a few spots, that's true. And, you know, we can make adjustments to your autos if there's some of them, you know, usually they get 10, 12 years old, it's a good time to think about liability only. And I think that does still include med and medical payments and things like that. But there may be some adjustments you want to make on it.
Yeah, there's one on there that I think we probably overlooked, and that's on that White Explorer. It's an older car that is, you know, city workers.
Which is that number 8?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Anyhow, the others all look all right, because we have to, or we need to, especially the fire apparatuses, they
Right.
definitely carry it, and the police.
Definitely on those.
You know,
Hey, Alan, is Missouri Rural still offering earthquake if we want that down the road? I see an earthquake here with 10% deductible on this sheet. Do they still offer that here?
I don't know if it's full limits on it, let me look and see.
Yeah. I mean, that's something we might want to talk about a month or two from now. We'll get this decided on tonight, and then a month or two, let us know about that.
Okay.
Because right now we have earthquake, you know, separately on those other.
Yeah, on the
policies.
monoline policy.
Yeah.
have to look, but I don't believe it's included. But it appears that, you know, it's a possibility.
Well, we can get it added later if we want to.
Yes, we
Yeah.
certainly can.
Yeah. Yeah, if you don't mind to find out what that would be, what the premium would be to do that.
Okay.
That'd be great.
Anything else on any of the rest of it?
Um,
The only change that I've seen on this new one is, like I said, on that number 8 on the vehicles, you know, I think, you know, we can move that back to just liability.
And I believe on our EMC policy, we had, on location 2, we had, I think we brought this up at the last meeting, we had First Commercial Bank as a mortgagee.
Uh-huh.
Take that off, right, Pete?
Right.
Yeah.
That's a machine shop?
Yeah,
Okay.
take that off.
Easy does it there.
Any other changes?
I think that's gonna answer pretty much. Al did a good job with this.
Yes, makes it a whole lot easier than what we had.
Yeah, and the policy's like that, but, and I will say Stacy and I work together on this. And, she does an excellent job. I think she enjoys working with you a lot. She's, feels like y'all can just kind of talk and figure out what needs to be done, and you do a great job for them. So. But it does, a layout like this can allow everybody to kind of see it and get to the important parts. And, you know, that's a little part of Missouri Services versus EMC. You know, they all have similarities. They all have little differences. But for the most part, you know, it's like homeowners here, homeowners there, they all kind of do practically the same thing. So there'll be a few little nuances that make it a little different, but,
Right.
you know, for the most part, Missouri Service has been around a long time, and they've really been credible and solid when it comes to claims and that sort of thing. That's when it really counts.
Yeah, and they have higher GL limits too, so we,
Yeah.
you know, they don't need the umbrella on the.
Correct.
EMC has the umbrella, so we don't
Right,
need that.
right.
Well, I'm liking the Missouri rule myself, but
They worked hard to really be a player for you this year, and we're tickled to death because, and as I'm sure you know, they took a downswing in the market when everybody started calling, and we had a few people that showed up in the marketplace, and if you didn't use them, they were gonna take the business with or without you. Probably Missouri Rural is one of our biggest carriers at one point, and then we moved off to some others, and now we're coming back because we really like them.
So how much extra then is this gonna cost us, by adding the workers' comp into that?
Workman's comp is included
Yeah.
in that 28.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, the extra is gonna be at 1658, it's highlighted right there. Because basically what you're getting is a year plus some months. It has a 4/1 effective date, so between now, or when this goes into effect on 1/1, between 1/1 and 4/1, you're gonna pay that 1658. And then it'll start all over again, and it'll run for a year past that date. So really, the annual amount is 6658, but the 1658 becomes that quarter that you're gonna end up paying.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I was just didn't understand how that was coming
Yeah.
out of there.
That's the prorate premium to get you up to the 4/1 and the normal renewal time.
Does Missouri Rule allow us to make payments like we've been doing with EMC?
Yes, I think we'll have a payment plan available to you. Y'all done quarterly or have y'all monthly? Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Randy?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Keith, I'm sorry.
That's my older brother.
Yeah, I know it.
I'm like Missouri Rural, but what do you like, Chris? You like Missouri Rural?
I'm all right with it. I was just wanting to get a clarification on the workman's comp. I didn't want it all of a sudden to jump up and
Yeah.
bite us, you know. But that's all right.
You're your insurance man, so you think it's too best one go.
Got fortunate to have somebody that's been in the business. That's,
Well,
a
that's
big help. A lot of people don't have that.
we delayed because he had the questions and he brought up some questions that the rest of us wasn't probably as familiar with as
Right,
he is. So,
right, exactly.
well, he decided, well, we might need to get someone in here. And probably in the future, if we could get a breakdown like
More
this
like that.
in the future, it
Yeah.
would help us out.
Okay.
And maybe solve us from having a lot of questions.
Yep, that'd be great.
Is everybody okay with Missouri Rural?
Well, let's motion that out so we can, because we got to,
Let's go ahead and do that.
we need to take care of it before the 1st of January, and our meeting's not till late night.
I'll look at something with the property deductible, is it 5,000 on both of them, Alan?
I believe it is.
Yeah, I said, no, that's not I think it is, but I don't see it broke out here anyway.
I don't see it broken around either. But we matched both
Yeah, it's on here.
quotes, so.
Yeah, it's on here.
See it?
On this other one.
Okay.
Yeah. Make a motion that we accept the insurance proposal from Missouri Rural Services to replace our EMC policy that we have to go into effect January 1st for our property and liability coverages.
All right, I'll second it. All in favor? Any other questions? Alan, we thank you.
All right, you're welcome. You all have a Merry Christmas.
You too, Alan.
Thank y'all for doing business.
Appreciate you.
All right, thank you.
Hey, Alan,
Yes, ma'am.
did y'all need a signed proposal, or you just
We
gonna
will.
meet with Stacy tomorrow?
Yeah, we will, if you want to do that now, and I can carry it back, or you can fax it over, whichever works best.
I'll just touch base with her tomorrow and make sure we're sending the right.
Okay, sounds
Let us
good.
know about the earthquake.
I will. I got that in my notes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank y'all. See you.
Take care.
Okay, the only other item that we have for tonight is the budget proposal. I didn't want to really get into that. Basically, what I wanted to do is give you the numbers. The proposed budget there is my proposal. It's for your review, so that way, if you want to make any changes or recommendations or whatever entries, hopefully we can try to have a work session for January, and we'll discuss it and make our changes in and try to have it ready for the January meeting. Okay?
Sounds great.
Sounds good. All right, and that's all we had on this document. Any motion?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second? All in favor?
On your budget, we have to match the grants, is that in there? Is that in there?
And no, and the only reason there is because we don't know for sure. I mean, there's allowables there, but we don't know for sure. If the grant happens, then we can make an adjustment.
Okay.
But
I was
if it
wondering.
doesn't,
Well, your grant money, y'all had already approved to take out that 12 out of capital
Yeah.
It had to
improvements.
be.
Yeah.
And that, the proposed budget is our spending
Yeah,
account.
that's a spending.